Guys, this is my review for Hurry Up Tomorrow by The Weeknd. The album is by The Weeknd. The movie is directed by, I think, Trey Edwards Schultz is his name. It stars Abel, The Weeknd, Jenna Ortega, and Barry, I think it's Keoghan. I want to say it's Keegan. The movie is basically kind of a spin on the old movie Misery with Kathy Bates, but it's obviously not an author, it's with a musical artist. The artist is actually The Weeknd in the movie, which I could have sworn I thought it was going to be a different artist, but it ended up being him as himself in the movie. But basically, it's very akin to, if you've seen Smile 2, the things that artists go through, such as substance abuse, their personal relationships, and how they kind of have a hard time keeping a handle on those personal relationships, on top of trying to be this figure that is larger than life and bigger than themselves for a lot of other people who they influence and inspire with their music or whatever their talent is. The movie plays on the fact of him not only struggling with a recent broken relationship, but then also going back into his old habits of what he's done. The message was very about codependent toxicity in sibling relationships or like friendships, romantic relationships, and even parental relationships. But just having codependent toxicity on someone else, and then usually the unawareness or the choice to not be adamant about facing who you are and what you bring to the table, and the realization of, if you're the toxic one in the situation and you're the one causing hurt and pain because you didn't deal with a lot of the issues and things that you had. What I loved about the movie, which I feel the movie is improved by the album. The album came out about a month or two prior to the movie coming out. The movie comes out tomorrow. Actually today, sorry. I saw it early. Today on Thursday, officially like Friday, previews are today. The movie itself, if you listen to the album, which I hadn't listened to the last few albums by The Weeknd. I think I skipped a bunch. I listened to Trilogy, the beginning, and then I listened to After Hours. So those first three mixtape / albums, then I listened to After Hours, and then for some reason Hurry Up Tomorrow popped up. I listened to it. I found out it was going to be a movie, and so I was like, I definitely got to listen to the album. I thoroughly enjoyed Hurry Up Tomorrow. It's probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite, but I think it is my favorite by him because I have the most songs on it that I like. My biggest confusion about it, which I should look deeper, I don't know if this is mainly a personal thing that he wanted to put out because of his own relationship with his mom and different things like that, and his own relationship with God too is another thing that I really felt resonated in the movie, but throughout the music and the album. I think that's a personal thing with him. He has talked about his relationship with God in the past, and I feel like he exposed a lot of stuff about himself and how he feels about how his faith and his life and how he's treated people. And I don't think it was just for the character in the movie. I think this was a lot for him as a person, not just his persona as The Weeknd, and not just his character for Hurry Up Tomorrow. That to me was the deep aspect of it. The film itself definitely looks great. A beautiful film. I saw it in an XD format, so the sound design was amazing for the movie as well. I say my only gripe with the movie, I feel like the pacing was very fast, and the movie's more of a experience. There's not much dialogue. There's some dialogue, but there's not much dialogue. And so I like dialogue heavy movies. I like a lot of conversations. I like a bunch of story. There's a lot of things that they litter throughout the movie that they don't expound on and they don't touch on. Jenna Ortega's character has a relationship with her mom. The movie starts with her doing something super crazy that in the later in the film, it makes sense, like how her mental state is. But to be honest, Jenna Ortega's character, I don't really see as the victim. I'm gonna say basically a lot of these people, period, it doesn't even have to be a famous person, but the way that a lot of specifically men, but women do this too, but mainly men, especially of a certain wealth and status, they treat people in a way where they kind of get what they want, and it's very selfish, but it's way deeper than that. And then they kind of discard you afterwards. And I feel like Jenna Ortega's character, even though what she did in this movie was wrong, and what she was doing was wrong, but she had a valid reason behind why she did what she did, and she ultimately got what she wanted. The movie doesn't explain exactly what happens after that, but some crazy stuff happens in the final third act, and the movie kind of goes on and ends, and you're like, But the movie itself is good. I would not say it was bad at all. I'm not a huge Abel or The Weeknd fan. A lot of people that were at the screening that I went to were. I think if you're a fan of The Weeknd, you'll love the movie. If you're not a fan, it's definitely a good movie to watch. Listen to the album if you like his music. Listening to the album would help you understand the themes and a lot of the character motivations in the movie itself very, very well. I think that helped me a lot because I'd probably be more confused. But as a film and a cinematic experience, great. Like I said, there's not much dialogue. Definitely a watch it though. If you care enough, watch it. If you want to see kind of like a thriller experience movie, watch it. I definitely enjoyed it. I would not say I didn't like the movie at all. There's just little things about it I felt could have been done better. But I also feel like the movie didn't drag too. There's parts that I'm like, okay, they didn't really need those parts, but it wasn't like a Zack Snyder cut of Justice League where it's 3 hours long. The movie's an hour and like 50 minutes. But definitely see Hurry Up Tomorrow. Great experience. If you're a Weeknd fan, you definitely should watch it, or Jenna Ortega or Barry Keoghan fan. But thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how you feel down below. And you guys have a blessed day. Thank you.